So, as a coach educator for 15 years, I talk about this quite a lot with coaches. How do you take your philosophy and help it formulate your identity as a coach? It's really, really important because it plays a key role in helping people buy into what you are trying to do. So, what is your coaching identity? So, if you think we've been talking about philosophies, so as soon as you get a philosophy down, it starts to give you your values and beliefs. But that's just on paper. How does that then become your coaching identity? And it's a nice, easy, simple way to formulate this. So, what do you want to be known for? So, when people are talking about you when you're not there, what do you want them to be saying? Do you want to be saying they're generous, they're hardworking, they're determined, they're learned, they're constantly pushing to be the best that they can be? Now, an easy way to work this out when you sit down and go, well, what is the identity I want for me as a coach and for my team is to go, what do you definitely not want to be? So, if like me, you think people who are great volunteers, they stand on the sideline shouting, pass, shoot, run, dribble, they're not coaches. They're volunteers who shout instructions on the side of a pitch. If you want to be a coach, you have to think, well, if that I don't want to be that, what does it take to become the coach that I want to be? And that's where you have to go, well, how will I formulate the habits to be the coach that I want to become? So you have to envisage, what coaches do I admire? Which ones out there have I had in my own life that have helped me develop that I think, they're brilliant? And that can be work related, it can be sport related, but then it can also be, what does that type of coach do? Well, I imagine that they consume information, books, videos, they look at practices, they then start to go, well, how do I apply that? They take the time to plan out a session. They then think, right, I'm going to deliver the session. And afterwards, they reflect against it. Because some of the biggest things that you can do, and it's a powerful thing for coaches, is be that role model for children. It's such a powerful thing. They copy what you do. So if you see parents who smoke, people who smoke are guardians, children can sometimes do that. They go, oh, right, that's what you're supposed to do. So when we see that aggressive coach on the touchline saying, smash them, break their legs, get into them, when they're talking to under eights and nines, you go, well, I don't want that. But how do I still be competitive, play sporting, make my team the best that they can be? How do I then formulate those habits? And this is where we'll start to look at these things in more detail. But a great place to start, get your philosophy done, start to map out what type of coach do I want to be, and then what are the habits those coaches do to help them become that person. So I hope this is starting to trigger in some new thoughts in you, and you're starting to realize actually to be an effective coach does take a lot of time and effort. But once you put that time and effort in, you reap the rewards later. Have a great weekend.